I recently discovered this woman named Saikyo-chan,
朝でございます。
a Japanese woman who lives in Filth and has recently begun gaining popularity in Japan as a hikikomori. If you don't know what that is, that's someone who places themselves in extremely socially isolating situations, living in very poor conditions. Now, if you watch anime, you might have heard of that term before. Now, I stumbled across her various videos on TikTok, and after I wiped the vomit that dribbled down my mouth away, I immediately thought to myself, I can fix her. Then I saw a cockroach run across her hand and realized that I probably couldn't go anywhere near her without fear of catching some sort of new strain of a circulating virus, possibly like the T virus. You played Resident Evil before. This looks exactly like that one kitchen scene in RE7. It's freaking gross. But the question at hand is this real? Or is Saikyo-chan using this as a means to gain internet popularity at any cost? Now that's likely the goal here. At least that's my assumption. You know, we've seen this though happen here in the West with TikTokers like Pow Envy and Twitch streamer Asmongold. They're both very well known in their respective platforms, and both aren't shy about showing the world and their followers the disgusting state of their respective living quarters. Both of them live like they live in garbage. They live like a couple of neats. But that was more of a byproduct of their come up. Saikyo-chan seems to be making it her main hustle as she cooks food in self-heating pans filled with bugs, runs around town dancing with eviction notices plastered onto her body, and keeps her teddy bears in plastic baggies so that they don't get nibbled on by the various creatures living in her small living quarters. Now, I went down quite the dirty, disgusting little rabbit hole in regards to this woman in order to find out if this is in fact real. Because if it is, well, it's a sign of some mental illness that hopefully someone close to her can help her with. But if she is in fact a hikikomori, then she may not have any close friends or family members who can help pull her out of this rancid, potentially smelly spiral she's finding herself in. This is the story of Japan's most prolific rot-maxers, Saikyo-chan. Now, for those who may not know the term rot-maxing, well, according to Urban Dictionary, it's maximizing efficiency in everything related to the decline of one's own health and well-being. This can be categorized by a deliberate lack of socialization, hygiene, or any other form of upkeep for one's own body. Now, Saikyo-chan's apartment is completely maxed out in that rot, and the juxtaposition of her looking somewhat put together and essentially cute or kawaii, I know y'all anime characters out there like kawaii, it throws viewers off a little bit. But it's also the allure, leading to her gaining well over 300,000 followers on TikTok. And she found quite the niche, as every single video she posts on TikTok sits at well over 1 million views, with her breakout video that garnered worldwide eyeballs being the one where she cooks a meal of discounted food due to it being close to the expiration date. That video right there, for some reason, set the world on fire, and I, for one, want to set that damn room on fire because it's a mess. I want to burn it to the ground. It's a lost cause at this point. And I want y'all to remember all of those like eviction notices she seems to be wearing in certain videos, seemingly mocking her landlord. Well, it turns out the other tenants felt the same way and want her gone from the building. There's a note that they put in one of the rooms to get her out of there. I read it. Google Translate doesn't make much sense, but essentially they're just like, get the hell out. GTFO. You know, now there's even one TikTok where her key didn't work when she was trying to get into her apartment. So she posted up in a nice, clean hotel. Probably the first time she's seen clean bed sheets. It's been a long time since she's seen clean bed sheets. But she somehow managed to get some strong man to get her back into her apartment. And she was back at it again, back at her old dirty habits, doing things like cooking the G's. Cooking the G's? Hey, yo, look at this video she's posted on Twitter where she said she's the G's were gathering in the electric pot. So This is crazy. So she calls cockroaches G's. She's calling them G's. G's are my homies. My dude, she cooked them. Those G's didn't deserve that. Now, I'll spare you all from having to watch the entire video and just summarize it. She fried them. And honestly, it was at this point I really had to question her sanity. The length she'd go to for some internet fame. Like, I was initially skeptical as to whether or not this was real or maybe just a woman who got like a prop house she's renting to pretend to be a hikikomori. But I'm more inclined to believe now that she's really living like this. A year ago, she was actually interviewed by a YouTube channel that roughly translates to English as, "Please tell me about your life." Now, this particular YouTube channel, essentially what they do is they interview people on the streets of Japan. Now, in this particular video, we find out that Saikyo-chan suffered abuse early on in her life, which led to mental illness, and she was admitted to a psychiatric hospital at the age of 16. Now, her mother denied her existence, and with no one else to depend on in her life, her only goal was to become a famous online influencer. Now, this was a year ago from her current state. Now, it seems as if, she had two paths she could take, two paths she could walk down. The one often traveled by most content creators, doing your typical, run-of-the-mill TikTok dances and mimicking and miming lines from movies and songs, or the road less traveled, which would be doing the most extreme, abhorrent, disgusting behavior that is so far from any sort of normalcy, you become somewhat like an animal in a zoo or a piece of bacteria underneath a microscope the public can't help but examine as it slowly mutates right before our eyes. And it seems like that's happening to Saikyo-chan. Like, just looking at her latest tweets, it seems she might be coming down with some physical illness that is undescribable. Check this one out. On October 13th, she said, "Sorry for the late report. I've been feeling unwell recently and haven't been able to post or stream. I'm going to make an important announcement on TikTok. I'm in this situation, but I'm living my life to the fullest." We don't know what that announcement was because she never went live. And then on the 14th, she said, "I've been feeling nauseous a lot lately. Until now, I thought I was in good health and I could eat rotten minced meat, eat a whole bowl of spicy food in one go, or force myself to eat a lot without any problems. Well, I'm going to tell you all right now, please, do not ever eat any rotten minced meat. Don't eat minced meat. What are you, a cat?" She later said, "Recently, I've been feeling unwell with nausea and stomach aches. No matter how much I sleep, I'm still sleepy and I have no appetite." Now, she hasn't posted a new TikTok to date. Only updates we have are from Twitter with her cooking them G's and apparently looking for a good-looking guy to be her bodyguard. And don't do it, you simps. You cannot save her. Don't say it. She might be beyond saving, but hopefully she wisens up and starts living a more healthy, productive lifestyle. She's already garnered the notoriety and the fame. She could easily just choose the good ending and become the waifu a lot of you out there see in her. But who knows what will happen in this particular situation. I might be doing an update on this whole thing pending on how things pan out for Saikyo-chan. Hopefully she chooses that good ending, because what we're seeing right now, I hate it. But if I came across this on my own, I had to force it upon you all watching at home. But share your thoughts on this ridiculous story. And I want to know how you living, all right? I want to know exactly how your room looks. Be honest in the comment section, all right? And stay subscribed here if you want to see more nonsense like this. Peace. Yo. I just got this thing. I think I'm just going to drop it on the ground? You're crazy.